All of this. The older the steak, the more.
My name is Saunders. I am a bespoke waiter for the Mitchell & Butler brand Miller & Carter. Also, I'm the founder of Making Careers Happen and also the founder and director of GCSE Boost, Feel Better, which is a brand new revolution in terms of how we deliver career shows across the country. So 2019 was the original premise of when I set up GCSE Boost as an idea. And the reason I set it up at that particular time, again, is because I saw the need for mental health services, but also the approach of employers around post-16 learners, which is an equivalent to year 11 learners that are just ready to leave school. It was very regimented, it was very direct, it was very Victorian, actually, because it's been around for over 100 years in terms of the style of classroom, the delivery of education. And because I was brought up in care, my educational experience was varied. I didn't have structure within my educational journey. What I had was life skills. So what I tried to do was set up a GoFundMe page. I've still got £100 in the escrow as we speak. I haven't even withdrew it yet. It was there, COVID happened. Then all of a sudden I'm a father myself of 5 children. So I could see the emotional well-being of my children and the children that I worked with when we actually depicted back to working online and virtual learning. I could see the disparity. I could see that people wasn't even logging on. I said, I'm going to save from my card tips £200 a month. So what happens is basically in hospitality now, if you get left a car tip, it obviously is tax deductible and then you get paid it in your salary. So essentially what I did is I saved £200 a month for the 3 years and I started building Boost. The advantage that I had was the trust of schools. Getting 1,500 students out, because the primary projection was 2,000 students. And the 500 students that were missing from the 1,500 that attended Boost, they were SEND students. So SEND students are neurodiverse students, students that have disparities in terms of regulating how they feel. And I want this to be an inclusive event. It is an inclusive event. My background is SEND. I grew up in care. I'm heavily dyslexic. I have MS. All these different titles that people tend to put on myself, I have. And I wanted to create something for those 500 SEND students that wasn't a part of, overwhelming them too much, allowing them to come there and be completely themselves. So through the 8 grand, I managed to get the venue, and the venue was donated very kindly from Aerospace Bristol. They saw the vision. They knew it was something I wanted to do. They said, take care of everything else, and we're going to donate you the venue because we understand that this is a need for our students within the local area. And I funded the stage, I funded the travel as well, because the schools have limited budget in terms of resources to get to places. I gave them a travel contribution as well. I had a few business boosters that donated £1,000 towards the cause, and GCSE Boost was born. And this is something now that I know that I've tried and it works, that I want to regulate all throughout the country, because actually we have a duty as professionals as well as people that have gone through life experiences to allow those students to become the best version of themselves. We need to work with students on a more one-to-one group basis than actually creating shows and then we don't see them again. It's about consistency. Schools need support. Parents and carers need support. Students need support.